Book of First Chronicles. Imagine watching a story you think you know, and then watching it again, but this time from a completely different perspective. That's what it feels like to open the Book of First Chronicles. In the library of the Old Testament, it sits right after the dramatic and often tragic history of Israel's kings. Its placement is deliberate. It's not just a repeat performance, it's a retelling, designed to connect the past to a very uncertain future. It's a bridge built for a people trying to find their way home. The story is told through a lens deeply focused on one figure, King David. While the earlier books give us a raw, unfiltered look at his life, his triumphs, and his deep flaws, Chronicles presents a more curated portrait. It highlights him as the ideal king, the model of a leader devoted to God. The voice guiding us is less that of a battlefield reporter and more that of a temple priest, someone deeply concerned with worship, with sacred music, and with the spiritual heartbeat of the nation. It's a perspective that chooses to zoom in on what can be learned and emulated. To understand why, you have to know who this book was for. It was written for a people picking up the pieces. They had just returned from Jerusalem after decades of forced exile in Babylon. Their city was in ruins, their temple was gone, and they were surrounded by enemies. They were asking profound questions. Are we still God's people? Does he still have a plan for us? First Chronicles is the resounding answer to that anxiety. It's a book about identity, memory, and hope. Its structure is built to deliver this message. It begins in a surprising place, with 9 chapters of names. It can feel like reading a phone book, but it's really a family tree on an epic scale. The narrator carefully draws a line stretching from the very first human, Adam, through all of Israel's tribes, leading right to the families who had just returned from exile. It's a powerful declaration. Your story didn't end. You belong to this ancient family. Then, after anchoring the people in their history, the focus snaps entirely to David for the remaining 20 chapters. It's a highlight reel of his reign, focusing on his victories and, most importantly, his singular passion, preparing for the construction of God's temple in Jerusalem. 3 powerful ideas pulse through this retelling. First, God's unbreakable promise to David that a son from his line would always sit on the throne, establishing a kingdom that would last forever. For the returning exiles, this was a lifeline of hope for a future king. Second, the overwhelming importance of worship. David's greatest project wasn't fighting a war, but gathering materials, organizing the priests, and commissioning the musicians for the temple he himself wouldn't build. The message is clear. The center of the nation's life is its worship of God. And finally, the book constantly connects faithfulness with flourishing. It shows that when Israel's leaders and people seek God, they thrive. In the grand narrative of the Bible, First Chronicles is a crucial link. It gathers all the threads of the past to give strength and hope to the present. By holding up this idealized portrait of David and his promised eternal son, it sets the stage for a much later story in the New Testament, the story of a king from David's line who would finally build a permanent temple, not of stone, but of himself. First Chronicles is a powerful reminder that even after the worst has happened, the story isn't over. It's an invitation to find our own place in that long family line and to remember what it means to truly come home.
Thanks for watching. We hope this video helped bring clarity and encouragement as you explore